Well, we're looking at our probably the final review on this solar panel. I think I've pretty well made my point. But anyway, we're going to touch base on a couple of things. Since I showed you this in the previous two audios, or videos, I should say, Fu 1 and 2. If you hadn't seen them, you need to check them before you look at this one. Really make more sense. This is just kind of a scan again on the instrument that is fastened to the house on the back. It monitors exactly what's happening with the solar panels, as you can see. In this particular instance, just another sampling. Depending on the grid, 100%. This is overnight. What was taking place. And it shows the grids when it gets dark or cloudy or whatever. This is what you're going to get out of your solar panels. I don't care how much you pay for them. This is what you're going to get because that's the way they're designed to work. So there's always going to be times that it's not going to pay for itself. More not paying for itself than actually paying for itself. You can see right here, of course, going back to the same screen there, this is showing what's running at the house overnight. It's requiring 1,200 watts of electricity to run whatever we've got on in the after hours. This includes the fan coming on, the heater, this sort of thing. There's kind of an overall look at it. You see that 8.8 kilowatt hours were imported, and that's what it took. It just had to have it. Depending on the grid, 100% again. And we're going to change screens here in just a moment, and we're going to go to the total energy. This is what's taking place, and you can see this is for the week of January the 14th, 2024. So the brown part on the bottom part is when it's negative. The blue part is what's coming from the solar panels. So you can see at this point we needed 54% dependence on the grid. In other words, we're still buying electricity even though we're making payments on this and going on. Incidentally, I talked to a neighbor. I will not share the name. I promised I wouldn't. They put a solar panel system on their place, and they went ahead and went with the expensive batteries and stuff that we talked about earlier in the first one. They said that they were pretty happy with it. And in discussing and disclosing, they told me that after the rebates that the government supposedly, this is all the hype that the salesman will tell you about, the rebates that you get. Okay, after the rebates, now this is after the rebates, they still, in putting the backup battery, the solar panels, the whole ball of wax on their house, it cost them $54,000 out of their pocket. They were financially able to handle it, so they chose to just pay it up front, just not finance nothing, just pay the $54,000 and get their solar panels. Okay, I've got $17,000 tied up in mine, and they wanted another $20,000 to add the one battery. $20,000 battery is what they were pressing on. It's going to take 3 to satisfy my house. So these people that I'm talking about, they have 2 batteries on theirs and $54,000 tied up in it after rebates. And it costs more than that. It costs around $80,000. Then the rebates are only good if you owe some taxes. You can take it off of it. They don't send you a check back if you hadn't got paid enough in. Looking at the screen, you'll see that we're still running. We're taking 1,100 watts of electricity, 1.1 kW hours. We're putting all that off the solar panel. We're having to pull 400 more watts off of the grid just to make the house run. This is the common thing you have. This is what you're going to do. So I asked my neighbor, okay, you out of pocket $54,000 out of your account, so that $54,000 is not drawing any interest anymore. It's invested in this solar panel system. Okay, so what little interest we do get on savings account, you got to throw that away because you opted out not to pay the deal. Of course, financing, they're going to charge interest on that too, of course. So it's a kind of a moot point, but I'm just stressing it. Take the $54,000 and divide it by their normal light bill. And let's just off the wall, let's say their normal light bill was $300. Do the math yourself. $300 into 54,000 is going to go for quite a bit of ways there, and that's going to be how many months you're going to be paying on this thing. Okay, keep in mind that when the minute that it's turned on, the solar panels start deteriorating. It's just normal. It's nature of the beast. The batteries, as they're charged up and discharged, in the night, it's going to have to go to the battery power. As it discharges and charges, think about your car battery. It can only go for so much charging and discharging. They're a little stronger than a car battery, of course. It's a deep cycle battery. But at any rate, it's still destroying itself. It doesn't make any difference what you have. It's going to destroy it. So by the time you get the thing paid for, your panels are going to be putting out about a half the electricity that they did in the beginning. Check it out. That's exactly what happens. They start deteriorating. 10 years down the road, they're not putting out what they're putting out today up on that thing. They're putting up quite a bit less, about 20% actually. They finally just wear out, and that's as they're supposed to. The battery at about 10 years, it's going to have to be replaced. Anyway, just looking at this thing that's in the background, you can see that all of the down brown stuff was overnight, absolutely nothing coming in. The blue, it's starting to produce, but I'm still depending on the grid 54% on this system. The neighbor that has the $54,000 system on their house, I guess they're happy with it. So they took $54,000 and paid for something else to make the electricity. Now they still have to depend on the grid. It doesn't produce. They're not getting a zero light bill. So far, they've had several of them there that went to $50 to $75, depending on how much overcast and sky you had. So with a $54,000 system, you still sometimes get light bills $75, $80, but yet you've thrown away $54,000. All I can say is, and I hope it to encourage some people not to think that you can get off the grid, because it's a lie. It is a bold-faced lie. If you want to get, if the reason you want to do it so when the lights go out, you have electricity, get a generator. Get a generator. Look at get online. Look at Walmart. You can get a generator. Now you look at this. What we're looking here between 0.6, which is 600 watts. We see that's because obviously the heater cycled off or something here. But this thing, you never see it get over about 2.2, 2.3 at this time of the year. So that's 2,300 watts. Okay, a generator. I just looked at a generator yesterday, matter of fact, that will produce 9,550 watts. The generator is $1,100, give or take, little taxes and stuff. But anyway, this has an electric starter on it. It does all of its thing for $1,100. The lights go out. I have light. This thing will actually run my house. We're going to find out. I'll do a report on that one. I'll go ahead and tell you what the generator did as we get it and hook it on. We'll take a look at some of this stuff going on there. But if the only reason that you're looking at the solar panel is to reduce your light bill, then forget it. It's not going to do it. You're going to pay for it either way. Either way, you're going to pay for it. If you're just wanting security when the lights go out, the grid overloads, go get a generator. There's a bunch of them out there. I'd like to just impress on you. This didn't kill me. I mean, I'm not missing any meals over this, and I did this so I could have this type of report right here. So anyway, gang, this is probably going to wrap this one up. I will come back in and tell you about the generator if I have to use that. If the lights go out, we're supposed to get some real cold weather starting tonight, run for this week. But if it does good, I'll give you a report on that, show you what it is, how to get it, this sort of thing. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that you'll subscribe. You can turn the subscription off in your personal thing so you don't get a bunch of stuff from YouTube, but it sure helps me a lot if you'll go ahead and do that. If you'll subscribe and like this channel, I appreciate you so much. We got some more stuff coming up in the future. we're going to do some embroidery work, some other repairs around the house, things that might come in handy to you, save you a little money somewhere down the line. Anyway, gang, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and we're going to sign off. As you can see what's going on up there in the math, kind of showing you a little bit of what's going on. This is adding all of the panels up, and we're going to divide the total by the 9 that you see out there on the grid, and that'll show you that's about what you get out of it. 1.29 with the sun shining. That's your kilowatt hours that it could produce right now. It doesn't multiply over. This is all in a series, so this is your total power that you get. Anyway, gang, I'm going to sign off of it, and hope to see you around the corner on this thing. Harry, you biscuit. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate you.